Thanks for joining us at noon. I'm Sam Shocker. Today, DEA Rocky Mountain talked about yet another large drug bust, this time involving hundreds of pounds of meth. DEA officials say they seized 733 pounds worth of the street drug. They claim this is the single largest meth bust in state history. The DEA says agents seized these drugs from a Lakewood home along with other equipment to make more meth. This all comes as part of a larger investigation.
The people responsible, including a kingpin in Mexico, now face a 15-defendant federal indictment. Wiretaps, undercover operations, extensive surveillance, and swift enforcement action led to enormous seizures in this case.
The DEA says this case is connected to both the Sinaloa and the Jalisco cartels in Mexico. Later today on 9 News at 4, investigative reporter Jeremy Jajola explains more about this bust and how it all unfolded. The person who died while skydiving in Boulder County Sunday is the 7th death for that skydiving company in the last 7 years. The Boulder County Sheriff says the 60-year-old parachutist from Mile High Skydiving was found dead just after 3 Sunday afternoon. Witnesses say his parachute only partially opened. The company says on its website that it does 35,000 jumps every year, but there have been deaths in 2018, 2019, 2021, 2024, and now on Sunday. An NTSB report shows the plane that landed on a road in Castle Rock nearly 2 weeks ago had lost engine power. The investigation found that power loss happened about 45 minutes after taking off from Colorado Springs on November 10th. The NTSB will be examining the engine next. The report says the left wing of the plane struck a car while coming down. Thankfully, no one was hurt. A lot of questions surround a rollover crash this morning. Sky 9 caught this video of a car rolled over near the entrance to a Starbucks near Peoria in Aurora. The crash was called in a little before 6:30 this morning. Aurora police say no injuries were reported. They also said they have no clue how the car rolled over. Aurora police has seen too much dangerous speeding, so the department is sending a message with new mobile speed cameras. First, APD is giving people 30 days to slow down. During that time, speeders will get warning notices when caught. But then, December 17th, drivers will have to start paying for tickets. The 2 mobile cameras will rotate through residential streets, school zones, area near parks, and work zones. We mentioned the problems speeding is causing. Last year, Aurora saw more than 7,500 crashes and 50 traffic deaths. Unfortunately, this year's numbers aren't far behind. So far, there have been more than 6,200 crashes and 47 deaths. All right, you guys, now it's getting real. This is, okay, that's Hawaii on your screen. That is snow. It fell yesterday on one of the peaks that's 13,800 feet tall. Not many people knew that could happen there, but now it really seems like everywhere else, Keely, is getting snow before us. So meanwhile, this is our view here in the metro. Pretty, but definitely dry. Today, we're officially tied for the 3rd latest snow on record. The latest day in our history is December 10th. So let's check in with Keely Chalmers right now. Keely, it looked like that we may be getting some flakes, although limited on Fridays. That's still in the forecast, or is that gone?
Yeah, we're still tracking this Pacific storm. A lot of moisture associated with it. We're getting a little bit of cold air, not quite as cold as we initially thought. Will we see snowflakes? Hey, there's a decent chance we'll see snowflakes Friday morning. It'll likely be a kind of a rain-snow mix, though. So wet roads expected Friday morning here at the lower elevations above about 6,000 feet. The mountains, we will see accumulating snow. So that's always good news to see the snow in the mountains. Actually, 4 to 8 inches of snow falling across the southern mountains, a few inches up in the central and northern mountains. But yeah, we are not expecting accumulation here in Denver at this point. Beautiful blue skies. Get outside, enjoy the sunshine. For at least today, we do have increasing clouds again as we head into the weekend. Current temperatures were already in the 60s across the plains, 63 degrees at 9 News. Put it into perspective, our normal high for this date is 52, so well above that. And we're looking mainly 40s up in the high country. Again, ridge of high pressure keeping us dry, although there's that moisture starting to move in, and we're going to start to see that affect our forecast. 64 degrees, that's our forecast for today. And again, lots of sunshine, increasing clouds as we head into the evening. As for that storm, again, 4 to 8 inches of snow expected in the southern mountains. Great news. Rain anywhere from 1/4 to 1/2 an inch of rain here in the metro area through Friday morning. And again, waking up to some wet roads. So dry and mild, widespread precipitation. We're talking about that. And the potential for snow coming up next week. We'll talk more about that coming up in your complete forecast in just a bit.
Keely, thank you. More Denver public schools could close, but it's not because of enrollment. DPS has identified 6 schools. 9 News reporter Courtney Yoon has the details.
Denver Public Schools is considering closing down or replacing schools that have been underperforming on their test scores for years. And the district says this is all in an effort to make sure schools aren't ignored and that students get a quality education. So this new policy would keep decisions about what happens to at-risk schools within DPS rather than leaving it up to the state. Before, the State Board of Education would take action on an underperforming school after it had spent 5 years on the accountability clock. Now DPS would take over, acting on the first year they hit the warning list. That means extra support for students, administrators, and teachers, all to try and get school performance up. If a school hits year 4 without improvements, the school board would act and either close or reimagine it with a different kind of model or charter.
The goal is never to close a school. The goal is never to replace a school. Our goal is always to get in front of what are the things that are happening in a school that are keeping them from being as successful as they could be.
If it gets to that point, the schools on this at-risk list would not close until the 2027 school year, and it's important to note that none of them are set to close right now. If you'd like to see the full list, head to our website, 9news.com. In Denver, Courtney Yoon, 9 News.
This year's Mile High Tree and Chris Kindle Market are on the Auraria campus because of a big project at Civic Center Park. And this morning, the city broke ground on that project. The park has hosted festivals and rallies for more than 100 years, and now there are plans to create a theater space to host outdoor performances. Those plans also call for a water feature along with garden and art spaces.